We're about to go live here. Whoa, we're live. Okay, what's going on, everybody? Jason Brock here, hustleproject.org, and I have Mrs. Sandra Leon. We were talking about how to pronounce her name. What were you saying? How you said Spanish people pronounce it one way, and the rest of the world pronounce it Leon. It's Leon, right?
Leon, yep.
Okay, cool. So, so I've been going through, YouTube, and I watch a ton of YouTube, and your videos keep popping up, not only in the Facebook news feed, but also in on my YouTube recommended. You've got a really popular video on Evernote, which we'll get into. Is that probably your most popular video?
Yeah, that's where it mostly has me. Yeah, YouTube.
Okay, cool. So let's get into a little bit of your background. What can you tell us a little bit? You don't got to go to the whole life story, but a little bit about yourself, so the audience can kind of get an idea of what's going on.
Sure. Well, as you mentioned, I'm Sandra, and I call myself Sandra the Mom Boss on my online social media and YouTube. And basically, I just work from home. I've created online incomes that have allowed me to do that. And when I'm not with my kids, I'm creating content constantly for my YouTube channel, my blog, and also for books on Amazon. So that's what I do on the daily basis.
Cool. So for the live viewers right now, what is your blog?
My blog is sandrathemomboss.com.
Cool. The Mom Boss is becoming a huge thing, like the whole movement. I'm seeing a lot of t-shirts, a lot of coffee mugs and stuff like that. So have you delved into that at all?
Sorry?
Have you got into that, like doing some shirts and doing stuff like that to kind of brand your YouTube presence?
Not yet, but I do look forward to getting into all of that. But yeah, when I wanted to come up with a name that encompassed me as a whole, and I want, like, more than anything, I'm a mom. I have 4 kids, and that's a large part of my life. So I wanted to come up with something that encompassed that. So when I came up with that, at first, I just, and then I started doing research. Like, I wonder if there's other people who've thought of this name before. And yeah, sure enough, there's lots of blogs and lots of people who've used this. So yeah, it's a big thing.
It's a big thing, huh? So I know one of your videos, I think you break down your kind of daily routine, but can you give us for the moms and dads and really anybody out there, what you do on a daily basis to, keep your productivity at a high level?
Right. Yeah. Productivity, scheduling, all that is very important to me, because as a mom and as I'm trying to build my online business, it can get kind of hectic sometimes. So yeah, it helps me prioritize important things. Like around 5 or so. First thing I like to do is get moving. So get to exercising. As soon as I jump out of bed, that's the first thing I do. Exercise and shower, affirmations. And then it's time to get the kids ready to go to school, send them off to school. And then it's just deep work.
Yeah.
Hours of deep work. Then I take short breaks and do deep work. And I try to do all my work while the kids are at school, because it's just easier that way. But sometimes I do have to do it after. But yeah, that's how I organize my day, kind of like in 2-hour chunks, just to make sure that I get the work done.
And what are you working on most these days? Is it the YouTube, or is it a little bit of everything?
Mostly what my main focus right now is, yes, YouTube. I want to kind of ramp that up as much as I can, and then also writing more books. So I just published my 4th book, and I'm writing my 5th book right now, and that's just my main focus right now. I'm trying to, because I only have so much energy, so much time in my day, so that's my main focus: books and YouTube, and the blog, of course.
I saw that you're like 960 something subscribers. Is that about right?
Yeah, it was 950 something. Yeah.
All right. So I'm calling on all of you guys watching right now. She better be at 1,000 subscribers by this time next week. I know I don't have the biggest channel, but we're going to get you over that 1,000 edge, or that 1,000 mark, by next week. Yep. So hopefully we can rock and roll with that. So you're doing books. Are you actually writing all the books yourself?
I am, yeah. I started off outsourcing, so I still have some outsourced books out there, but that's not really my main focus. They're just sitting there collecting dust, basically. But yeah, my main focus right now is writing my own books and building that up.
building that up. So if they just search your name under like Amazon Kindle, they'll find all your material there.
Right, Sandra Leon, yes.
So you get up at 5 in the morning. That's pretty crazy. So 5 a.m. the kids got to get at what, 6 o'clock? What time do they get up?
Yeah, they get up around 6:40 or so to start getting ready to go to school. Yeah.
Mine just started going to preschool, so I'm living that life. I'm not quite the 5 a.m. type though. I get up right about 30 minutes before he does, and then I start. But yeah, I need to take a page out of your book because it seems like you're getting a lot of stuff done.
I'm trying. Yeah, I'm trying to.
How important, how big of a role does like Evernote play in your day-to-day life? Because anybody who doesn't know, Sandra's got a great sort of playlist on Evernote, how to use it, how to be more proficient with it on her YouTube channel. So that is a good series. So are you using that pretty much every day to organize your stuff?
Yeah, every day from the moment I wake up to the moment I go to sleep, because every night before I go to sleep, I plan my day for the next day so that I can wake up and just, know what I have to do. And so, yeah, I use it to plan my day the night before. And as soon as I wake up, start checking off things from there. So I go to it throughout the day, all throughout the day. And I use it to store basically everything, like all my business stuff, but also all my home stuff, like my meals for the week. I use it like crazy.
So you're like a big planner then. You have everything planned. Have you always been like this, or is it something that you've developed as the years have gone on?
Yeah, I've always been like a big to-do list girl. Like I've always liked to wake up and do my to-do list, but I think it's kind of gotten more serious as I've gotten into this online business space and trying to build an online business. And then while I had a full-time job at the time I did, it bigger role in my life. So I've kind of been tweaking it and trying to make the most of it as of lately. But yeah, I've always been, even like when I would go to school, I've always tried to find ways to get done things faster and, more efficiently.
Yeah, I've used Evernote off and on throughout the last few years when I found out about it. But I don't know, maybe this interview is going to inspire me to go back through your videos and implement it, because I'm using, some different stuff, like writing down stuff on stuff like this. But I feel like maybe having everything in one place, especially as like an entrepreneur, might help. And as a dad too, like you said, you can put everything in there in
Exactly. Yes, I really hope that that you do go back to using it. And a lot of people do leave comments under that video like, I've tried to use this before, but you really don't get the concept of it. And then, they see the video and they're inspired to go back in and try to use it a different way. But yeah, I think it's really like a great tool for everyone to learn to use. Initially, it's kind of hard to get everything organized, but once you do, and then you take 1 week or 1 day out of your week to sort of clean it up, and it really can like up your productivity a lot and help you stay more organized.
I've got a bunch of junk in there. I probably need to like delete all the stuff that's not, and then organize it. I'm gonna watch your videos for sure. I mean, I've watched them before. In fact, the way you actually popped up on my radar was probably about 5 or 6 months ago. I'm friends with you on Facebook, so I see what you're doing. I was like, man, she's posting all these videos. So I watched. I was like, wow, that's a very good video. And then now that I'm actually getting back and doing some videos myself, I'm like, I need to reach out. So I kind of put a mental note in there. But so okay, so the Evernote thing. Oh, here's a nerdy YouTube question that maybe most of the audience doesn't care about, but who does your thumbnails? Because those are really good on your YouTube channel.
Really, thank you. Yeah, I do them myself on Canva. I have a video on my YouTube channel on that as well. But yeah, I use Canva.
That is cool. That is something everybody's like, I use Canva. I'm like, dude, I could probably try it, but it's not going to come out that good, or I'd be there for like 7 or 8 hours to.
Initially, it may not, but just like anything else, the more you do it, the more creative you can get with it. So yeah, I've started using it long ago, and it started off kind of, but the more I use it, the better I get.
All right, we're going to get into the speed round. I want to know, this is for all the people out there, because this is going to be some good stuff. Give me your top 3 productivity tips for entrepreneurs, parents, not parents, whatever. What do you got for me?
Top 3, well, plan your day the night before. Don't just make a to-do list, schedule that to-do list, because if it's scheduled, it's going to get done. Just like when you go to the doctor, you make an appointment, you have to go. So schedule your to-do list. And then it also gives you like, so that you don't give yourself too much to do. The third productivity tip, important. There's so many things that we do every single day that really don't matter. Just because gurus and all these people online are telling us this is the best thing to do right now, just focus on you. Those are the top 3.
Those are good. I know you made a video of the top 10, so I knew you had something up your sleeve that you could do. So, give me some books, or maybe 1 or 2 books that you would say you could recommend to my audience and your audience that will watch this video that have impacted your life in a positive way.
Books, I know for sure the first one that I always recommend is How to Win Friends and Influence People, because that was one of the first books that I read when I was 16, and that's what got me into this self-development journey, which eventually led me to an online business. And that book is just really about how to communicate more effectively, and I think that that's something that's important across all of life, but also in business, like just how to communicate your message more clearly. So that's one. And then the other one is, I'll say the 5-second rule, because getting yourself to do what's necessary is more important than reading all those self-help books. You know, you can only read so much, but if you're not implementing and putting in the work and doing the action, then there's no point in reading or taking in that information.
Yeah, I think that like action trumps all. Like Gary Vee, I don't know how much you follow him. He's like, I don't even read books at all. Like I do my own thing, which I disagree with. I mean, he's very successful. Really? Yeah. So the 5-second rule, I know I've got that book somewhere on one of these bookshelves that I need to, one day I ordered like 200 used books on, I went down like a deep Ty Lopez fanboy. I still love Ty Lopez. He's like he's like my entrepreneurial, like, my favorite guy out there. So I love that guy, but you know, he's a book guy. So I was like, I'm gonna order all these books, and I've read a few of them, but not quite nearly what I've bought. So I know I have that book somewhere. And what is the premise? Like basically, like, don't even think about it, just do it, right?
Right. Yeah. Basically, you think of doing something, you have a goal, just count to 5 and do it, because your brain will start to like try to stop you. And yeah, that's basically the premise of it.
That's a good one.
Don't even think about it, just do it.
Yeah.
And that's what I used to wake up at 5 a.m. Like when the alarm rings, I just try not to think about it. Just get up and do it, because if not, your brain will try to tell you, hold on, just 5 more minutes, or whatever the case may be.
You just get up and then you start going right into a workout type of deal. Like you just 10 minutes later, you're doing something, and probably in the house, right? You're doing like what, P90X or something like that, or?
I actually do this YouTube video that I've been doing for years. You probably would know him. Ryan, I don't know, a kettlebell workout, Ryan something.
Ryan Kettle, I'm gonna write that down. There's so many, you know, I tell people, like, people will be like, what do you do? What do you do to like unwind? I'm like, dude, I watch YouTube videos. Like there's so much good content on YouTube, and you don't have to, like, I have YouTube Red. Do you have that?
No, I canceled my membership.
You didn't like it?
No, because I just when I need to like learn something or for the workout. So
yeah. Oh, okay. See, I use it as like a primary source of entertainment, which probably is good and bad, because you can go down some deep rabbit holes on YouTube, and next thing you know, you're watching, like, I'm watching a video on like how Kmart went out of business, which is actually really interesting, how they actually their whole company went under. So that type of stuff fascinates me. But so you're doing that, you're doing the workout. What's your goal with YouTube? You want to get to a level of like hundreds of thousands of subscribers and kind of be like a household name? Is that your end game goal?
I mean, yeah, that would be nice. But for now, it's definitely getting to the 1,000 mark. And after that, the 5,000 mark. But basically, my goal with YouTube is just to keep putting out content to inspire other moms to find something that they're good at and use the online space to make money from it. Because I know that, like, you know, have a job and they don't have that much time to spend with their kids, and now that I'm here, I know what it's like to be able to pick up your kids from school and help them out with their homework. Like I could never do that before. So that's just something that I want to do. Just keep putting out content on YouTube to hopefully inspire other people to just make the move, you know? That's all you have to do. Just get started, and from there, everything will just flow in.
Do you remember your first video? How were you feeling when you shot your first video?
Oh my God. I actually had another channel before this one, but yeah, I still have my first video on this channel. I just have it on private, but basically it was just a video like, hey, I'm doing self-publishing and I'm into self-help, and if you are too, then subscribe.
Yeah.
Something like
Were you nervous, or were you just like, whatever, I don't care, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna?
Yeah, I was nervous.
Okay. Yeah, I see my first video, like I wasn't really so much nervous because I wasn't really planning on doing a YouTube channel. I just put a video out there because I was like, oh, I want to do, I love YouTube. So I was like, I'm gonna put a video out. And so that's kind of how I got started. So I wasn't really nervous, but anybody who tells you when they do a video that they don't have a little nerves or they're not a little self-conscious is lying, because you're thinking like, dude, what am I wearing? Like, what are they gonna say? Like all that. Yeah. So I even have that going on. So
right. Yeah.
And I don't really read the comments all that much. So, I mean, I should, but I don't read them, not for like fear of anything. It's just like, I'm being lazy. I probably need to read them and respond more. But so that's cool. So you're inspiring people. We're gonna get you to 1,000 subscribers. I guarantee you that by the next week you'll be up there. And I think, the more, it's weird, like the more subscribers you get, I think the easier it becomes, because YouTube starts showing your stuff to more people and starts, showing you and recommending.
Starting to notice, yeah, that before it was like even hard to get 10 a week, and now it's kind of like going faster and faster. So that also motivates me to just keep going.
What would you say to, because your audience is kind of the mom boss, what would you say to the moms out there that were in your position, a few years ago that, were basically working out of the job and then you've made the full leap? What would you say to them to say, hey, you can do this too? Is there some advice you could give them other than, obviously you've given some great stuff already, but like there's some other specific things that you could tell them to maybe give them that push to start their own business?
I would say to, first off, don't overthink it. Don't go into this like research, research spree and just kind of like after video, read book after book, and never actually do anything, because the only way you're going to start learning is to put yourself out there and actually do the work, receive some feedback, and then you can adjust and just keep going. But if you never take the action, then you'll never know. Like where I'm at now is not where I want to be a year from now, but it's where I have to be right now. And years ago, if I would have never started, I wouldn't be here right now. So it's all about just starting. So that's one thing. Just don't overthink it. Pick one thing and start. And to just try to focus, because there's so many things. That was one of my biggest problems. I would focus on too many things. Like I wanted to outsource books, but I also wanted to write my own books. And then I would get overwhelmed and confused. And then it makes you feel like, is it worth it? And then you still have your family and your job. And if you pick just one thing, just research it, see if you really want to do it, pick that one thing and stick with it. Just get started, I would say.
That's great advice. That's exactly what I tell people. I'm like, focus on a cash flow business. So like Kindle, Shopify, something that you can immediately start making cash. And then if you want to, focus on something like kind of how we're doing, like a personal brand. Because like no matter what happens with your, your businesses, like if they go downhill or whatever, you can always come back to doing your personal brand, which is if you're doing YouTube, Twitter, blogging, and things like that. So that's great advice, because it's so easy to get sidetracked with all these little things that you can do to make money online. So, and I always like, my thing is like, if you do it, it will work. If you just stick with a thing and you see it through, like you're going to have to like make adjustments, but it will eventually work. Like I'm doing a store right now that's public. It's a beard care store. And, the last month I was messing around with Facebook ads, trying to get, some stuff to hit. And finally today I found an ad and I found an audience, and I got the Shopify cha-ching going on right now because I got a winning ad. But it took me a month. I've lost money. I had to, you go through self-doubt, even, being in the game for as long as I've been, you still like, should I even do it? So yeah, I would say what you said, just stay with one thing and just see it through until the end. So that's good advice.
Right. Yes.
Cool. So let's wrap up. I know you're busy. You got the kids. They're probably like, Mom, I want, because you're on like PST, right? You're on in California.
No, I'm in Texas.
You're in Texas. What part of Texas are you from? Or do you live in Dallas? Okay, cool. I used to live in Austin. I thought you were from California for some reason. So you're central. You're like 521 right now. All right. So they're probably wanting dinner or something. So let's okay. Links, where can we find you? Let's wrap up with like where they can find you, YouTube channel, books, all that stuff.
All right. So my books on Amazon.com, just search Sandra Leon and my books will pop up. And then on my blog, my YouTube channel, my Instagram, Sandra the Mom Boss.
Sandra the Mom Boss. Cool. We will make sure we put a link down in the description, guys. Make sure you guys show her some love. Check out her books. Subscribe to her channel. She's putting out a ton of content. I know the Evernote stuff can be applicable to anybody, not just moms. It can be anybody watching this video right now can watch that video and gain some information. As soon as I upload this video and all that and put the descriptions and the tags in there, I'm going to be watching that video because I need to be more organized myself. So cool. Well, hey, I appreciate you taking some time out of your busy schedule, Sandra, to chat with us here. Thank you so much, and hopefully we'll talk to you again sometime.
All right. Well, thank you for having me. This has honestly been a pleasure. I'm so glad you reached out, and I'm kind of honored because starting, I would watch you. I binge watched your channel to learn. I was just starting, so this was kind of fun. So thank you for that.
Cool. I appreciate that. Well, you have a great night, Sandra. We'll talk again soon. All right. Bye.